welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's been a couple of weeks, like a week and a half I think, since I posted last, but it is Monday the 10th of August today, and that means that results day is on Thursday. Woo! It feels like simultaneously it's been a long time coming, and it feels like it's like all of a sudden it's results day and the time's flown by. I don't know about you, but I feel like lockdown's gone, well, I say lockdown, the time from March where everything closed and Corona got serious. I feel like at the time it felt like it was going slowly, but now it's like, how are we in August already? So yeah, I think I just wanted to come on here and talk to fellow students, people who are also going to be going to school or picking up their results from wherever or getting them delivered on Thursday, and kind of finding out what the next chapter of their life is going to be like. So yeah, it's a weird time, but I just wanted to talk about that. So I hope you like this video. If you do, give it a thumbs up and comment if you want, share it if you want with any other students who you think might want to watch. And yeah, so I wanted to start off by saying that our year, we've had a pretty tough go of it. So, you know, with normal student stress, all students worry, all students have nervous breakdowns and worry about everything. But then of course we had the GCSEs, where they just threw a whole new system at us and we had to learn it very quickly, and struggle with the number system, and that was all crazy. And then of course coronavirus. Obviously it's a virus that's affected everyone globally. I think it's fair to say that there won't be anyone who hasn't been affected by it, and there have been hundreds of thousands of deaths and so many awful things, and our student lives being affected by it is just one small thing that's happened in a whole big mass of things that have happened. And while it's important to recognise that you know, it's not the be all and end all, us not being able to finish our years at school and do our exams is not really a big thing in the grand scheme of it all, but at the same time I think it's important to recognise that we have lost a lot, and yeah, I think that's just what I wanted to talk about. So yeah, what has this meant for us? I think there's kind of a few different levels to it. It's meant that we've missed out on lots of rites of passage, so things like taking your exams at the end of the year, and you know, things like our school does a pub crawl when you finish, and just stuff like that, which should have happened, and you know, we should have got those things. And it does feel unfair that, you know, every other year had those things and we can't have them. So yeah, I think that's important and sad. I know I was very sad about missing out on all those things. Obviously as well, educationally, we've missed out on that chance to prove ourselves in exams, and to kind of, I think it's important, whether you're kind of an academic person or not, and whatever you were doing, whether it was A-levels or a college course or whatever, kind of finishing off and taking exams or handing in a full set of coursework or whatever it is that you were going to do, it's important to kind of round things off, and we didn't get to do that, and you know, everything was just cut kind of short, and that, I think that will have an impact on how we view our grades when it comes to it, because there's no way of knowing what we could have done if we'd have been able to finish properly. So I think that's quite a big part of it. And then obviously that kind of feeds into all this extra stress for results day, because you know, who knows, nobody knows what's going to happen. That our grades have had to have been worked out with lots of variables in place, and that's scary. You know, we don't really have much control over it, and obviously we wouldn't have that much control over it anyway, because things always have to be moderated. But you know, it's still it's still kind of, we have a lot less control over it than we would have done. And I think even if that's not the case and we wouldn't have had much control over it, we would have felt like we did, because once you take an exam and you know you've proven yourself. So I think that's also a big part of it, an important part of it, and the reason why people are stressing for results day. So what's next? I mean, obviously there's results day in the very near future, only a few days away now. But then, you know, in terms of kind of a bigger, the next few years, I'm personally, I'm hoping to go to university. So that's kind of my next stage. And it will be different because of coronavirus. You know, we're not going to have a proper freshers like every other year has had. We're not going to have big parties, big social events, which, you know, on the face of it sounds like something trivial that we're missing, but actually I think those things are quite important, and the social life is a big part of university, and it's not going to be the same. So there's that, of course, and also just like a wide uncertainty around the future and what the future holds, and around employment and what jobs are going to look like in the future, and whether by the time we've left, whether the world will be back to normal or not. So that's a big part of it as well, and I think that will change people's decisions around going to university, because who knows what a degree is going to be worth in a different world. Who knows what, or equally, you know, if people were hoping to start working straight away, maybe they'll think, you know, I'm not going to get a job now, so in this current climate, so I'm going to go to university instead. I think it's going to have changed a lot of people's views and plans, and the uncertainty of what we're going into is scary. You know, being kind of a starting adult, going into a world which could change in months, weeks, years to come is scary, I think, especially since we don't have much control over that. So yeah, that's kind of what's coming next, and I guess the answer to what's coming next is we have no idea. So what do we do about that? You know, what should our attitude be going forward into that terrifying world of uncertainty? And I just think it's important that we make the best out of it. We make the most out of whatever it is that's going to happen, and just try to live our lives as normally as possible. I know for me, I'm hoping to just go to university with no expectations and try and kind of get rid of all those things that, because, you know, if you want to go to university, or whether you wanted to go to university or not, I think as a kid you kind of often dream about what it's going to be like when you're finally an adult, you're finally out of school, and now we've got no idea. So all of those things that we were thinking might happen, who knows whether they will or not. So I think it's important to just kind of get rid of all of that and just go in with no expectations and take each day as it comes, and just try and make the most out of it, and just live our lives as normally as possible, and kind of be able to adapt to whatever's thrown at us, because we've shown we can do that already, you know, with the GCSEs that were horrible, and with just being a student and living in this world which can be really horrible at times, you know. And if there's one thing I know about our generation, it's that we are strong, and we've gone through a lot, so we can go through a bit more, and we can come out the other side of it and be strong adults, you know. So yeah, I think whatever happens next, we have to kind of have the attitude of we can do it, and we will do it, and we kind of just have to hold our heads up high and just go for it, and take the next steps, and just try and be strong. We're going to come out of the other side of the virus, because we have to, you know. There's nothing, you know, there's been big things in history before. There's been wars, there's been illnesses, and it's changed the world, but people have come out of the other side of it, and the world has come out of the other side of it. So that is going to happen this time. It feels weird to be living through a moment in history, but, you know, someone has to. So we will get through it, because humans are strong, and like ridiculously strong. You know, we get through a lot, so we will and we can get through it. And until then, we've just got to carry on as best as we can, because there's no point in just stopping. You can't just stop living because of what's going on. I think we still have to fight for what we believe in. We still have to try and enjoy ourselves, try and be happy. We still have to spend time with people we love and just work around what's going on. You know, it may not be exactly what we dreamed of, the future, but what is ever exactly what you dream of? You know, nothing is how you expect it to be, really. And this is just another hurdle, and it's, you know, it's a big one, but we can get over it and work through it and use it and just live our lives and keep going, you know. You know, we've also got each other. We have this uniting thing now. Not only were we all kind of going through those GCSEs together and going through school at the same time, but also going through this massive change in history and trying to be adults and grow up and go through massive changes in our personal lives at the same time, which is a huge kind of uniting thing that we will all have gone through together. And so I guess we kind of just have to have that community of being together and working through it together and being there for each other and trying to help each other through it. I think that's kind of the only way forward, really. The only way that it's gonna work. The only way that we can do these next few years. So yeah, I think that's kind of all I wanted to say. I think I just bombed all of that super quickly. But yeah, good luck for results day. And just try to breathe through it, and we will get through it. We have to. We're strong and we can do it, and we've all got each other. So whatever happens next, you'll find a way to get through it. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I wish you all the best for results day and for the next, whatever happens next, you know. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I will see you soon with another video. Bye.